Aspiring career changers and entrepreneurs often tell me that they would love to make a big change, but they just can't find the time, or they just don't have the time. And you know what? I totally get that. Of course you don't. If that is how you feel, then that's because your current 24 hours are totally all set up to support or cope with the current work scenario that you have, even if it's the one that you don't want. The flip side of that, though, is that right now you're spending every single of your 24 hours creating more of what you don't want, both now and in the future. So the real thing we have to talk about is, how can you decide to start spending your time differently? So instead of creating more of what you don't want, both in the near or far future, you're starting to create more of what you do want. Because here's the thing, it's not a matter of whether you have time or not. We all, both you and I and everyone else, gets 24 hours. The real question is, when are you going to decide that creating a different future is more important to you than creating more and more of the same that you have now and what you don't want? Because here's the truth, as inconvenient as it might be, what you truly want in your life, that ideal career or that ideal business, it's not going to fit neatly into your existing life, because your existing life is set up to create the current work scenario that you have and that you don't want. So let's talk about how to think about it in a way that is going to be so much more helpful than any time management technique is ever going to be, because this is about mindset. If you right now are telling yourself that you don't have the time to make that big change, guess what? Time will pass anyway. But you have a choice. You can either decide to start investing some of it in creating different work, the work that you really want, so that that's what's going to be more of in your future. Or you can decide to continue spending or wasting your time to create more and more of the work that you don't want, both now and in the future. So you probably noticed that I use two different words, invest or spend. And that's really how I want you to start viewing your time, as an investment value, because time is literally the stuff that change is made of. And time is literally the stuff that your future is created from. So what I want you to think about is become really protective of how you choose to spend your time every day. So to think about every time you do something that is related to creating a different future, that ideal business, that ideal career, you're literally investing your time. Whereas when you're creating more of the work and the life that you don't want, you're spending it or wasting it, let's face it. That, my friend, adopting that mindset is going to fast track your career change, your business, more than you can ever imagine. So what I want you to think about every morning and every evening is, let's say in the morning you'll ask yourself, how am I going to invest some of my time today to make sure I create a different future? And in the evening, how much time did I invest today to create a different future? That is how the change is going to happen. Like I said before, you can use any time management technique in the world, but if you don't value your future more than you value the current reality that you want to escape from, the change is not really going to happen, because you're not going to see the urgency of it enough. So remember, you have a very short time here on earth. Make sure you invest it rather than spend it. Thank you.